Yo guys, what's going on? It's me, Ricky. Um, Today, I really just want to talk to y'all about how important it is to have an aim to focus on your own sound. And as you continue building your skills as a music producer, you'll start, your mindset will naturally start to change. And your ears will be gravitated not to entire tracks, but you'll be more gravitated towards individual elements. And there's a great saying by Picasso that good artists copy, great artists steal. And what that means to me is that you'll start picking out elements that you're going to take and you're going to make them as your own. And they're going to be unrecognizable in the context in which you're putting them together. And that's what creates style. In the beginning, you do have to experiment a lot with a lot of different genres. And, for example, how it happened with me, first, me and my bro, we started making big room house music. That's what we were into. Main stage. That was our shit, man. We were like just going crazy over it. Tiesto, Martin Garrix. We were on fucking, what are their names? Fucking Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. Those assholes. I'm sure they're cool guys, but you just keep evolving. That's like the beginning of things. You start getting a taste of dance music, and then little by little, we would delve into a little more deep house, and we started getting more into it. And then we went through Injuna beats, and I'm still there. I still love Injuna, and they got all sorts of all the amazing techno and progressive house that they play. I'm also a fan of, what Dead Mouse is dope too. And then all of a sudden, you start getting to bass house and all that night bass shit. All that shit sounds super dope too. But then eventually, we got to the techno and the tech house. And we kept experimenting with those tracks, but we always sounded like somebody else, And it wasn't until we were like, where do we fit? What is going to be us as artists? That is the question you have to ask yourself. You can't just be making tracks like other people. You're not going to get attention. No record label is going to sign you if you don't stand out a little bit to them. Or a DJ isn't going to just play your track because it sounds like all the others. There has to be something about that track that's going to fit into the set because it has a unique element that they see it into their set. And then eventually you see it into an entire set of yours where you're picking other tracks to fit into your puzzle. You're not finding other tracks so that they fit with yours. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is that the majority of your tracks are yours, and you're finding other tracks to fit in there. Instead of when you have a small selection of your own tracks, and you're trying to create a set with other tracks so that your tracks fit in with those. So, that's the mindset that we have now, and we've come up with our own unique version of techno, what we like to call groovy techno. And that goes from the ranges of tech house all the way to the hard techno, that you hear. But there's an in-between there that we still use the Warehouse 909 dark elements, and it's still groovy, it's groovy techno, because we're using some of the fundamentals of the tech house bass line, which is really groovy, really in there, driving well, but it's a little more tucked in there. it's not as coming out like the super, just that super bouncy tech house bass line. It's a little more drivey, a little more, feels more like a rolling feeling. And what I really wanted to say, we really feel like we found our direction. And it took us about 5 years to do that. So the best thing to do as a music producer is just to have patience, believe in the process, and just go with the flow. Listen to tracks, and this will happen naturally, but you're gonna start seeing that your ears aren't hearing the whole track. Your ears start hearing elements that you can take from those tracks and put them into what you have. And that is when art is created. So I just want to make this video, a short video, to talk about the importance of creating your own sound, because there's so many producers out there. So many. You have to be able to create something unique. And if you stick to it long enough, you will. Believe me, you will. You'll find your own palette of sounds that you pick, like a painter that picks his own colors. And that creates his own colors. You're going to create your own palette of sounds that is going to be unique to you. And that's just a matter of time, because it happens naturally. You have to allow yourself to develop the skills and the ears to hear for those elements. And your mixdown skills, your mixdowns are going to be in a certain style as well. And so just stick to it long enough, and that's going to happen. So yeah, that's pretty much the advice I wanted to give you producers that are starting out, that are super passionate about this music as much as I am, and whatever style of track you're making, just keep at it. It takes a while to be able to translate your ideas into the computer. It takes time. It takes years, man. Some of these producers, man, they're 40 years old and they're still doing it. They're still trying to figure it out. You're never going to stop figuring it out. There's never a point where you're like, wow, I've got it. I know how to do everything. Every track poses your own unique challenge. And the track teaches you, the music teaches you how to get better. It's always been that way. So yeah, keep at it. Have direction. Like, yes, my goal is to be my own artist. What do I want to be? Start asking yourself those questions. And little by little, you start hearing elements, and then as you continue, you're always producing. You're gonna naturally be like, oh, let me go try that sound with the one I already have here, and then you make a new track, and then you're just banging out tracks. You create your own process. You create everything, so you can just crank out those tracks, and you build you as an artist. And from there, everything stems to your marketing, because your marketing is going to have a certain style. Everything's going to have its own style, and it's going to be you. And it's not going to be anything that anybody's heard, because you're being you, and you allowed yourself to have the time to develop you. Develop you. So yeah, that's all I got. I fucking love y'all. Send me some tracks. Yeah, you read it, guys. Every now and then I do get tracks from y'all, and I'd like to do some reviews on them and just talk about your tracks. So send me some tracks, Alright, see y'all. This is Lucky Roll. This is half of Lucky Roll right here. Twice a week videos. Alright, fucking love y'all. See ya.